Shabbat Shalom. We'll be starting momentarily. Shabbat Shalom. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. We'll be starting soon.
Can you hear me out? Oh,
Con. Ready?
we're gonna no, not yet. We're gonna give me a couple of more minutes. We're gonna go into the end of the world, really,
Okay, con.
for salvation, for our deliverance.
Con.
What we gotta do to be delivered, and how it's gonna be in getting delivered. How this place gotta be destroyed. Nobody else came on.
It look like just like your guys in the backstage. That's it. And whoever's online.
We live already?
Yeah, we're live. Con.
Okay, well, let them in. Let them in. Let them come in.
Say it again.
Let them in. Who's in the back room? Shalom, shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Shalom. Sabah shalom.
Khan. You all right, Doc?
Khan.
All right. It's a day we delivered out of Egypt. And a day
Khan.
we gotta be delivered out of our Egypt. Khan.
Khan.
Yeah. Um, let me see, I need to find one more thing. I need to go and tell people on my conference call to come to the YouTube page. So you probably don't have
Today was the day our ancestors deliver out Egypt. Today is the day they deliver out Egypt.
Get your mic up.
Con.
Please like, share, and subscribe as you come in. As you come into the live, please like, share, and subscribe. Shabbat Shalom. We'll be starting soon.
Hey, that's a bomb little preview video right there, Sadiq.
All praise to the Most High.
Now, that last one is right on point. That first, the one that you was playing,
Okay, yeah, I'll play it again. I'll play it one time.
the end of the world.
I'll play it
Play
again
that
right
one.
now. Okay.
The new one. There's only 4 of us in the house. Okay.
Why AKI is very loud?
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. We'll be getting started soon. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe as you come in. Like, share, and subscribe as you come in. We'll be starting soon.
Okay, so we just have, okay, that's 4.
That's right. Armistice returned. The Most High is going to get Whitey. Going to get Whitey.
Okay, all praise to the Most High, about showing myself shy. Let's get this on. I want to look at the last day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, where we are honoring the deliverance of we, the people, the 12 tribes of Israel, from captivity under the Egyptians. You know, a lot of people are not really, I guess, aware of the 15th day in its entirety of our deliverance from Egypt. Somebody get Colossians 3:17, because we got to be delivered from this present day Egypt, and that's what we got to look at more so than just vibing on what we went through in the past. We got to look toward the future. Con,
God.
yeah. So if somebody can read Colossians 3:17 for me.
The book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all by Sham Hamashiach.
So I can read Colossians
Con.
3:17.
If you want to mute the mic, it's an echo.
You got to
Colossians
mute your
3 and
mic.
yes, Colossians 3 and 17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all by Sham Hamashiach Yahushai, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Sham Hamashiach Yahushai.
Right. So we are sure the wisdom. We always start with Colossians 3:17 because get Ephesians 5:20. We start with Colossians 3:17 because he said, whatever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of your anointed Savior, Hamashiach Yahushua, our big brother, who's sitting on the right hand side of the Most High, waiting on the Most High to say, it's time to go and make war in righteousness, judge and make war in righteousness. So it's very important that you see the spiritual connection of how we reach the Most High, and everything that we do at this point in time is coming from the Most High, His spiritual power that's coming from the Most High that we have through Him, through Mashiach Yahushua, to the Most High, back giving us that spiritual power from the Most High. Why we say uh, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Him, because Paul has said in Ephesians 5:20. Read that.
Ephesians 5 and 20. Giving thanks always for all things unto the Most High and the Father by Sham Hamashiach Yahushai.
Right. So that's why we're saying in the end it says giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Him. He's telling you how to do it by Him in Ephesians 5:20. That's why I say you can understand through the precepts. But let's go to Psalms 102. We're gonna deal with now, matter of fact, go to Salaki, go to Numbers 12 and 17. So we can just look at what it is that we are honoring, and we're looking at Exodus 12 and 17. So we're looking at the day after the Passover, which will be the 16th, because the Passover is in the evening of the 14th, which is the 15th. So the evening of the 15th is the 16th. This is when we left Egypt. So let's read about it.
The book of Exodus chapter
12 and
12 and
17.
the book of Exodus
17.
the book of Exodus chapter 12 verse 17. And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for in this self same day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by ordinance forever.
Right. So we didn't leave Egypt on the 14th, on the Passover. Remember, we had to stay in the house. And the Mashiach Abishai, the death angel, went through and killed all the firstborn of the Egyptians. You see? So that whole day when we woke up, we were gathering, once we had to, decide, and realize that we were being released from captivity, we went and gathered all the jewels and the clothes and everything you could think of from the Egyptians, knowing we leaving. So it took all day. All day, that's what we're doing. So the next night, which would be the evening of the 15th, which would be the 16th, we start to leave Egypt. And I was thinking about something. I was looking this year. I was like, wow, why would we leave Egypt in the dark when the moon is dark. If the new month is on the full moon. Now it makes sense because I was looking at the moon. It was bright and full almost 3 days in a row. If y'all notice that, I noticed it. This year it was bright. So this is the day that we left, the 15th of the first month. 15th day of the first month. You see. So this is what we just went through. Now we have to look at least I think, y'all can agree with me or not, we need to look at how we need to be delivered from this Egypt. Get Revelation, what is it? Spiritual Egypt, um, 11 and 8. Where we at now? Yeah, read that.
Book of Revelation, chapter 11 and verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our power was crucified.
See, our dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city. It's talking about America, which is spiritually called Sodom, because they have, all kind of homosexual, lesbian, married men and men get married, women and women get married, just like Sodom and Gomorrah. And Egypt, which means captivity, slavery, and bondage. Because we are here, the children of Israel, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar, all 12 tribes. You see what I'm saying? It's spiritually called Egypt, which means captivity, where also our power, Mashiach Yahushua, was crucified. Come on. You can't deny this. I mean, he's crucified right here. Don't they show this all the time? Don't they have it in the Bibles? Don't they have him in the Bibles? Don't they put it on the walls of houses here in America? Can you see it?
God.
Yeah. I mean, they get ready to come with a new movie. They're gonna be on there. So he crucified all the time. Here he is in the Last Supper picture. 5 people, the Borgia family in there. I mean, he's crucified there. That's why I get Romans 1 and 7. Y'all can switch off reading if you want. One can read one scripture, the other can read the next scripture. Or you come in, you'll have something come in with.
The book of Romans, chapter 1 and verse 7. To all that be in Rome,
Revelation 1. Revelation 1 and 7. Not Rome. Romans.
the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindred of the earth shall wail because of him.
That's right. So look, it said he coming with clouds. He coming with the chairs of the most high. And every eye shall see him. So you got to worry about nobody saying, hey, I see the Mashiach Yahushua over here. I see him over there. No, he said everybody gonna see him. And they also which pierced him. Remember it said, and they crucified the Mashiach Yahushua here. The Romans, the ones that pierced him, the so-called white man, the one that killed him. And wicked Israelites that gave him up to the Romans, they're gonna be here too to get their fate. Straight up. And everybody gonna wail because of him. That's what it says. Now let's go to Psalms 102. And we're gonna read from verse 12. Psalms 102. Because we gotta look at our end time. Story of the end for us and how we gonna be salvation gonna come to us. We're gonna be saved out of this wicked, wretched kingdoms, man. We've been scattered in. Psalms 102
The book of Psalms,
and 12.
the book of Psalms, chapter 102 and verse 12. But thou, O Most High, shalt endure forever, and thy remembrance unto all generations.
That's right. The most high, man. He gonna endure forever. And his remembrance unto all generations. He not known like he's supposed to be known. But he's gonna be known. He gonna remember to all generations. Read on.
Verse 13. thou shalt arise and have mercy upon Zion, for the time to favor her, yeah, the set time is come.
Right,
For thy
man. You say, thou shalt arise. That's why you hear me saying, Crum Abanawa Yahweh, Crum our Father Most High. He gonna rise, man. He gonna rise. That's why we gotta say, rise Most High. That's what King David is crying out all the time, man. What he say in verse 1?
verse 1, hear my prayer, O Most High, and let my cry come unto thee.
Right, man. It's only time the Most High had Peter on us. He said, hear his prayer, and let his cry come unto the Most High. That's when he had pity on us. Did he humble? He's humble himself saying this, man. Read on.
Hide not thy face from me in the day when I am in trouble. Incline thine ear unto me. In the day when I call, answer me speedily. For
Right,
my
man. That's
days,
what we want, man. No, that's what we want. You know, the Most High not to hide his face from us because he hid his face from us because we offended him. Tell you that in Hosea 5 and 15. He said, I'm going to go to my place until we acknowledge our offense and seek his face. Why he got to seek his face? Because he hid his face from us as a nation. Because we hid our face from him and the Mashiach Yahushua, therefore, why should he hide his face from us? That's why David is crying out in verse 12. Read it again. No, verse 13.
Psalms chapter 102 and verse 13. Thou shalt arise and have mercy upon Zion, for the time to favor her, yeah, the set time is come.
That's right, man. He gonna rise, Kwamabanawa Yahweh, man. And you're gonna have mercy, was not getting something you do deserve to Zion, to the 12 tribes of Israel. With Zion. For the time to favor her, yeah, the set time has come, man. Verse 15.
Verse 15. So the heathen shall fear the name of the Most High, and all the kings of the earth thy glory.
Yeah, that most I'll give him a name. These heathen gonna fear the name of the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and all the kings of the earth, thy glory. Most High glory. Or Mashiach Yahushua. Go ahead.
When the Most High shall build up Zion, he shall appear in his glory.
Yeah, when the Most High shall build up Zion, he gonna build up the 12 tribes of Israel. He's gonna appear in his glory. Wait a minute. Can y'all hear me?
Come.
I'm doing verse by verse, man. I'm breaking down verse by verse. When the Most High shall build up Zion, we've been building up, man. The kingdom of heaven
Con.
comes without operation. We've been built up. Somebody saying something? Or you need to mute. When the Most High shall build up Zion, he shall appear in his glory, man. He gonna appear in his glory. Go ahead.
He will regard the prayer of the desolate and not despise their prayer.
He gonna regard the prayer of the destitute. It says destitute, and not despise their prayer, man. We the destitute, you know. Nobody care about us. Nobody's looking out for us. Everybody has something to say about us. We the destitute. Ghetto slums, drugs all in our neighborhood. We've been taught to hate each other, jealous of each other, envious, prideful, and all that. Destitute of this truth. And the man that's crying the sign for all the abominations that's being done, he gonna hear. And not despise our prayer, man. Go ahead.
This shall be written for the generation to come, and the people which shall be created shall praise the Most High.
That this is written for the generation to come. And the people which shall be created shall praise the Most High, man. I say praise the Most High, man. You know, we supposed to be praising the Most High. How you gonna praise somebody that you don't even know? How you gonna praise somebody that you even talk about? How you gonna praise somebody that's not you? And the main thing that our people are concerned about is I, me, mine. You know, whatever it is pertains to them. You know, how much do you have to read to see what it is we should be doing and start doing it? It's not a hard thing. Go ahead.
Verse 19. For he have looked down from the height of his sanctuary. From heaven did the Most High behold the earth.
The Most High looked down from his sanctuary, man. From heaven did the Most High behold the earth. He looking at this earth, man. He looking at everything that's happening on the earth. 'Cause remember, his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of man and even the secret parts. Go ahead.
To hear the groaning of the prisoners, to loose those that are appointed to death.
You got to hear the groaning of the prisoners, man. We the prisoners. We the ones in captive in this spiritual Egypt all over the world. To hear the groanings of the prisoner, to loose those that are appointed to death, man. He gonna save those that are appointed to death. Read.
To declare the name of the Most High in Zion, and his praise in Jerusalem.
That's right, man. He gonna show you, man. To declare the name of the Most High power in Zion and his praise in Jerusalem. And we Zion also. Get that in Isaiah 51:16. We gonna praise his name amongst our people, the ones that's in the spirit with the Most High, who is the spirit. Those that are not just gonna go through whatever the formalities that go through them and informations that they're dealing with and just bringing forth whatever it is that brings about some kind of recognition to themselves and not to the Most High. Read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 51 and verse 16. And I have put my words in thy mouth, and I have covered thee in the shadow of mine hand, that I may plant the heavens and lay the foundations of the earth, and say unto Zion, thou art my people.
That's right, man. You're gonna say unto Zion, thou art my people. You know, we Zion. Say unto Zion, thou art my people. So when you see Zion, it could represent the land or it could represent us as the 12 tribes of Israel. You understand? So go to Malachi 4:4. This is the last prophet of the Bible before it's in the Persian Media Empire. The next page is a blank page, would be the Greek Empire that they took out and put it, it's in the Apocrypha. And then you had a Roman Empire when you get to Rome, Matthew 1:1 down. So what did the Most High tell us?
The book of Malachi, chapter 4 and verse 4. Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb for all Israel, with the statutes and judgments.
See that? He said, remember ye the law of Moses, the Most High servant. He said, which I commanded unto him in Horeb for all Israel. Not everybody, with the statutes and judgments. That's why he told us in verse 1. Look what he told us.
Verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day
Hear that?
that cometh.
Hold up. You hear that? He said, the day cometh. This is a future prophecy. That shall burn as an oven. And all the proud people, yeah, and all that do wickedly, all those that want to keep, don't want to keep the commandments, like you look at people talking about all they got to do is have faith in a Mashiach Yahushua or Jesus as they call him. That's all you need. Because everything that, you could do, he nailed to the cross and he was hung on a tree. All fantasy, man. It ain't got nothing to do with what this Bible is really talking about. He said, all that do wickedly, you talking about people talking about keeping the commandments, but they're not keeping the commandments if you're not doing what he said do. He got judgment for everything in his Bible. You do this, you eat wrong, he gonna kill you. And he gonna burn you up. That's why I said, behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, man. You know, the proud, yeah, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. I mean, come on, that's like tumbleweeds in fire. That's how you looking at everybody. Read.
And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Most High of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
You know, he said, hey, the day that's coming in the future shall burn them up. I don't know why people are really bringing this up, man, because what they afraid to be able to bring forth the prophecies of what this Bible is talking about. He said the day that's coming gonna burn them up. That's why we're supposed to be warning our people. See, the
Con.
prophets of old, man, they didn't care about what's gonna happen when the Most High say gonna give us to the worst of the heathen, and we gonna, have to serve our enemies and everything, one of everything. They didn't care because it wasn't happening to them at that particular time. We know the prophecies of the future, so our people need to be really listening, or they're gonna burn. They're gonna burn as an oven. They're gonna be as stubble. That's what he's talking about. You say ain't gonna leave them no lineage that they even existed. That's what he's talking about. I always say that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. Nobody in their family gonna exist. Period. Just finish.
I got a,
That's what he's talking about. Say again.
so I have a precept.
Come.
It's Second Peter chapter 3 and verse 10.
Let me see. I know 7 goes with it. Let me see.
Tell 10 and 11.
You said First Peter is 3 and what?
No, Second Peter chapter 3 and verse 10 and 11.
Second Peter is 3 is starts with 8 up. Let me see.
You said verse 8.
What you call?
Second Peter chapter 3 verse 10 and 11.
Oh, yeah. Um, yeah, you can read that.
Going on. But the day of the Most High will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
Right. You see that? The day of the Most High while Mashiach was side, because the Mashiach was side is one to come to judge and make war through the power of the Most High. Will come as a thief in the night, meaning you ain't gonna know when he's coming. You're gonna know when he's coming, unless you know these prophecies and you know what to look for. And most people don't really know because they don't really care. They don't even really inquiring about what it is that they need to know to look for what's gonna happen. That's why he's gonna come like a thief in the night. In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. Great noise of nuclear destruction. That's the most we can look at right now. I heard Trump says like the nuclear destruction that they have now is 500 times more powerful than the nuclear bombs that they dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan.
He said
Can
he
you
was going
imagine
to
that? He
burn
said
the
for
elements.
nothing.
Con.
He said 500 times more powerful. Somebody say something?
It said the scripture said the elements will burn.
Yeah. That's the proteins. I mean, excuse me, the proteins, the protons, electrons, neutrons, everything, atoms, everything. I mean, he made everything. You say he can't dissolve everything? Not everything on this earth going, be dissolved, but it's going to be enough where he's going to make it so that everybody going to fear the Most High. Believe this. He said, great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Verse 11.
Verse 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and righteousness?
See that? It says, same then that all these things that we see, especially here in America, gonna be dissolved. What manner of persons ought we to be in all holy conversation, man? What's holy? How do you have a holy conversation in righteousness? Come on. Romans 7 and 12. What's holy? Because people thinking holy is just to call on the name of Jesus. You know, that's all you need. Because he take care of everything that I do, that they do, not necessarily what we do, because we know better. We got to do what's right according to the word of the Most High. Read.
Romans 7 and 12.
Con.
Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just and good.
That's right, man. The law is holy. That's in the New Testament. Why aren't they reading that? Since they say we're not under the law, we're under the commandments. Say the law is holy and the commandment holy and just and good. Go back to 2 Peter 3.
So, like, I want to say real quick. I look up that word dissolve, right? This is
Yeah.
from online. It means to liquefy.
Whew.
To
Dang,
liquefy.
man.
Mm,
Think about that, people.
God.
See, they don't, that's why I say, when you look at the fear of the Most High, and they're not fearing the Most High, they don't know what the fear of the Most High is, then what are they doing?
Right.
You're operating the opposite of fearing them, being afraid of them, being scared of them. You hear this? It should make you afraid. That's why it says we're supposed to be speaking in an all holy conversation, man, about these laws of the Most High, the commandments of the Most High, and righteousness. What we got to do to be here for this salvation, this power and authority that's coming to the 12 tribes of Israel under the power of the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua. Verse 12.
Verse 12. Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Hear that? No, it's a question mark. It says with fervent heat. It's like, do you hear what I'm saying? Do you hear what I'm saying? It's just, all the elements, everything gonna be dissolved with fervent heat. Read verse 13.
Verse 13. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
That's right, man. We, according to his promise, he promised this to who? To Abraham, to Isaac, to Jacob, to the 12 tribes of Israel. We looking for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. Let you know, it's got to go down. Mashiach Abishai, he coming to set up, read Revelations 19:11. He coming to set it up. It's just a matter of where you going to be at when he come. You got an opportunity to get it right now. This is our opportunity right now. It's too late to talk about I'm trying to get it together. You got to be ready, man, all the time. It's always a test of us trying to get ourselves together to be more closer to the Most High. While Mashiach Yahushua, so when he come, he say, hey, well done, servant, or well done, friend. Don't that sound great? Come on with me. Come on, sup with me. You know, I told you I ain't gonna drink no more wines that I drink it new in my father's kingdom. He gonna say, come on and sup with me. Come on, read this. But you gotta do this first. Read this.
Revelation chapter 19 and verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called faithful and true, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war.
You know that? In righteousness, he coming to judge and make war, man. Understand this. That's why when you look at 2nd Ezra 13, 37 to 38. When you read 2nd Ezra 13, we can go back there later, to show you that the whole get down of Mashiach coming to judge and make war is part of it here. But he's going to tell you, the Most High telling you that a Mashiach in the Old Testament is coming to judge and make war and what he's going to do. Read that.
Second Ezra chapter 13 and verse 38. And shall lay
37,
before
30, 37, verse 37 and verse 38.
Second Ezra chapter 13, verse 37. And this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest.
See, that's all the army, the navy, the marines, the air forces. They're gonna come together. They're together. They're gonna come together to fight a Mashiach Yahushua. Don't get it twisted. War is nothing but um money. They're making money off of war. Straight up. They support all the ones that's at war, man. You see all the money that goes out. Read that again.
Verse 37. And this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest.
That's right, man. This is Hamashiach Yahushua in the Old Testament for those inquiring minds. He gonna rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest. That's the fire. He come with fire. Remember the Most High put the rainbow in the sky to remind himself that he's not gonna flood the earth anymore? But he's coming with fire to burn, 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 baby, burn people up, man. That's what he's coming. That's what he's talking about. Read.
And shall lay before them their evil thoughts, and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame. And he shall destroy them without labor by the law, which is like unto fire.
Hear that? So he gonna lay before them their evil thoughts, man. Not wanting to come back to the Most High, not trying to follow the Most High's ways, his laws, statutes, commandments. He gonna lay before them how they have done all the things contrary to following righteousness. Most High gonna send him out check up his side. He's angry. He's coming with vengeance. He's coming with indignation and fury and woe to destroy people that do not want to adhere to the Most High. So he gonna rule for 1,000 years and show us other Most High, man. But he gonna destroy them. He gonna tell them what he gonna do to them before he do it to them and tormenting them, which is like unto a flame, which is fire, burning them up. Like I say, it's gonna be like a fire in the oven, and he shall destroy them without labor. How? By the law, the same law that these post-up preachers saying that we not under. Why do people have a problem with keeping the laws of the Most High, keeping the commandments of the Most High, which is like unto fire, which is the word of the Most High, Jeremiah 23:29.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, and verse 29. Is not my word like as a fire, saith the Most High, and like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces?
That's right. The Most High word is like fire. It's like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces, man. What you gonna do when it come for you? I mean, it's serious, man. This is real serious. We in the last day. Get Joel 3-9. Joel 3-9.
The book of Joel, chapter 3, and verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up.
You that proclaim this among the Gentiles, man. He said, hey, prepare war. You hear that, Gentiles? Y'all want to be, he's coming to save the Gentiles. These are other nations that are in power right now. Remember, Mashiach said, coming to judge and make war according to righteousness of the Most High, which is the laws of the Most High. Say, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. What do you say? Go ahead.
Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
Hear that? You say, beat your plowshares, your farming utensils, and the swords. Make weapons of war. He's saying, and your puny hooks in the spears, man. You better be making some missiles, he's saying. Let the weak say, I am strong. You see all these different countries, they have what? They got nuclear power right now. Go ahead.
Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Most High.
Hey, what he say? He say, hey, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Y'all want to be Gentiles? He say, hey, you Gentiles, you heathens, gather yourselves together round about. It says, thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Most High. Cause the mighty ones of the Most High to come down, to put in some work. Read.
Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
He telling you where you're going to be at, man. Let these heathen be waking up, man, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. We already know the result. We just read the result in 2 Ezra 13, 37 and 38. Let you know just the story before they come up, you know, before they be destroyed, as it is written. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. What do you say? Go ahead.
Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great.
Telling you, man, before he bring this judgment upon these heathen, he said their wickedness is great. He said, put you in a sickle, for the harvest is ripe. The time for judgment is ripe, man. Everything done grew to the point. That's what my check was saying. He told us, man. He said for the press is full, the fast overflow, for the wickedness that they're doing is great. Is great, man. That's why when you look at um Luke 20, get Luke 21 and start at verse 24. Because this is when we fell in 70 AD and ran into the interiors, the mountains, then we ran into the interiors of Africa and so forth, and scattered among all these different places that we went to, fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. Read that.
Said verse 24.
Luke 21, 24.
The book of St. Luke, chapter 21, and verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captives into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
You see that? So this is what we're looking at. You know, it said Jews were going to be trodden down by the Gentiles, these other nations, the Edomites, until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. That's why he's saying what he said. Um, Go back to verse 13 of Joel 3,
Joel
where the
chapter
wickedness is great. Go ahead.
Joel 3, Joel chapter 3, verse 13. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great.
You know, your wickedness is great, man. The fats overflow, man, with their wickedness. It's so wicked. I mean, there's so much wickedness going on in this world, man, right now, beyond Sodom and Gomorrah. That's why you're going to burn it up. That's why you have to bring the fire. You have to have a reason. You're not just going to do it for nothing. You got to have a reason. The reason is because the wickedness is great. Go ahead.
Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Most High is near in the valley of decision.
Right. The Most High, Mashiach Yahushua. Because he coming with, Mashiach Yahushua is coming in the power of the Most High to fulfill the judgment of the Most High. Multitude in the valley of decision. For the day of the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushua is near in the valley of decision, man. Go ahead.
The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining.
That's from all the destruction that's gonna be happening, man. All the destruction that's gonna be happening, man. You ain't gonna see no stars, no moon, no sun. You gonna see nothing. You can see nothing but soot up in the air. Destruction. That's all it's gonna be. That's why I say the sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining, because you're not gonna be able to see them. It's not talking about stars coming out, the stars that you see up in the sky falling out of the sky. It's not talking about that. It's because they're going to always be in their resting place that the Most High put them in. It's talking about the destruction that's going to be on this earth. So you're not going to be able to see the stars at all, period. Get our Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 20.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, and verse 20. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, and verse 20. His severe wrath shall he sharpen for a sword, and the world shall fight with him against the unwise.
You hear that? It said, his severe wrath, man, shall be sharpened as a sword, and the world shall fight with him against the unwise. Go ahead.
Then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad, and from the clouds, as from a well-drawn bow, shall they fly to the mark.
Man, you better understand. Only thing we can think of is missiles. When they say, hey, the Most High going to bring forth this judgment on this earth, man, his missiles going to be like, what it said? Like what? Like right aiming thunderbolts. They're going to go abroad. And from the clouds. They're going to come from the clouds. They'll be shot down from the clouds as from a well-drawn bow. Like somebody pulling back a bow and arrow, man, so they fly to the mark. Then they're going to miss their mark. Once he sends these into the ends of the world, read.
And hailstones full of wrath shall be cast as out of a stone bow, and the water of the sea shall rage against them, and the flood shall cruelly drown them.
This is judgment, man. Hailstones gonna come from the sky. How you gonna fight this? What's your method of fighting this? Hailstones full of wrath gonna be cast out as a stone bow, man. Hailstone, not only how they come down normally, he said gonna be coming down like somebody taking it and just putting them in a stone ball. You imagine that from the Most High and the angels? They throwing them down from the sky, from the sky, man. What you gonna do with that? What's the method of fighting that? He said, hailstone full of wrath shall be cast as out of the stone boat, and the water of the sea, tidal waves. What we have seen so far, nothing compares to what the judgment of the end of the world gonna be, man. You gotta understand, it's gotta be so phenomenal that everybody gonna be scared. Y'all don't want to fear the Most High, you gonna know what fear is then. Everybody gonna be scared. You gonna make it what you said. Everybody, Masha would just say when he come in Roman, we just read in Revelation 1 and 7, everybody gonna wail because of him. Better understand, man. Ain't gonna be no macho people then. They all gonna be bowing down. What did he say? Then the flood shall cruelly drown them. Not just drown them, cruelly drown them. That's deep. That's deep. All you that don't want to hear it, man, don't want to deal with what's getting ready to happen. Hey, I don't know what to tell you. This prophecy. That's why we gotta warn our people what it is that's gonna happen. Hearing this should make you fear the Most High. Be afraid of him. Be scared of him. Hailstones full of wrath. Come on, they had hailstones, man, the size of baseballs that going through the roof, coming from the sky. We talking about hailstones that's gonna be like they like putting a stone boat. They put a hailstone back, each hailstone, and they put it in a stone boat and forcing it down on this earth, man, smashing people. Phew. Going through, ain't nothing that you can really say it can't penetrate from the Most High. Look, say hailstones full of wrath, man, shall be cast as out of a stone boat, and the water of the sea shall rage against them. and the flood shall cruelly drown them, man. So you got the tidal waves. You got that's all thing we can think of tidal waves, but beyond that, it's more sea than it is land. So most how powerful can the Most High make the sea come up and tell the sand, you just be cool, don't mess with it, don't rise up to stop the sea, because that's how a tidal wave is. It rises up and it just goes out and it tear everything up, and then you know what it does when it goes back. When it go back, it grab everything that it left. And that's I done seen tidal waves where the people in their houses, they out there in the middle of the sea, man, on top of their houses. It took their house all the way out back out to the sea. Because it wasn't out there, because it gotta come forward first, and then they gotta go back. It goes back. Mufab, awesome. He
Check.
awesome.
Salakia. I was looking at
Yeah.
this right now. What's more powerful than a tidal wave, and it's something called a mega tsunami.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
What's it like? They say give me kind of
It says
Peter.
it says while tidal waves is a common and often incorrect term for a tsunami, a mega tsunami can be significantly larger than a standard tsunami or even a large tidal wave. Mega tsunamis are caused by massive events like landslides, meteor impacts, or volcanic eruptions and create waves hundreds of meters high.
Wow.
Hundreds.
See that? It just said a flood shall cruelly drown them. This prophecy of what's going to happen. That's why you either going to be with the Most High, the Mashiach, the other side, or you're going to be part of this. You got a choice to choose life or death. But you have people that ain't no weak people going to be saved, man. Most High ain't looking for no weak men, no weak women, man. Y'all got to be strong. They can say, gird up your loins like a what? A man. And deal with this, man. Soldier of a Mashiach, the other side. Read verse 23.
Verse 23. Yet a mighty wind shall stand up against them, and like a storm shall blow them away. Thus iniquity shall lay waste the whole earth, and ill dealing shall overthrow the thrones of the mighty.
That's right, man. That mighty wind is like a tornado, like a hurricane, shall stand up against them. This is what you're looking at to happen all at once. Can you imagine that? You done got away from the hell, and then you met with the mega tidal wave. Even just a tidal wave is bad enough. You got away from the tidal wave, then you got to deal with the tornado, the hurricane. How you gonna fight all this? What's the method of fighting these things? What method do they have now to fight these things? And don't miss in the fire. The fire. The fire gonna be there. It's gonna be something else,
Can you see that on the screen?
unimaginable.
Can you
No,
see that
it's
on the
turning
screen?
around.
It's the
It's real small.
okay, let me see if I make it bigger. Is that bigger?
Kind.
Tornadoes picking up semi-trailers.
Yep. How y'all stop that?
Right.
Why don't y'all stop that? What's your method of stopping that? Gotta think about it, man. This is serious.
They're gonna pray to AMEN, Zaquan.
I don't know. Get Habakkuk 3rd chapter and 16th verse, 16 to 21. Yeah, we're gonna see if that's gonna help them.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 3 and verse 16. When I heard, my belly trembled, my lips quivered at the voice. Rottenness entered into my bones, and I trembled in myself, that I might rest in the day of trouble. When he cometh up unto the people, he will invade them with his troops.
Hear that? So when he heard this prophecies, man, about these end times, like y'all should be hearing, everybody that's hearing the word of the Most High, while Mashiach the side, He said his belly trembled, man. He got scared. That's scared. Your stomach trembling. See, my lips quivered at the voice. He said, rottenness entered into his bones, and I trembled. That's scared, man. That's afraid. In the day of trouble, man, when he cometh up unto the people, will invade them with his troops. That's what it's saying, man. He gonna invade them with his troops. Go ahead.
Although the fig tree shall not blossom, neither shall fruit be in the vines. The labor of the olive shall fail, and the field shall yield no meat. The flock shall be cut off from the fold, and there shall be no herd in the stalls.
I'm telling you, man, that's famine right there. That sound like famine? That sound like famine to me.
God.
That sound like famine. No food, no flocks, no vegetables. Go ahead.
Yet I will rejoice in the Most High. I will joy in the Most High of my salvation.
That's I will rejoice. Yahweh Shama Mashak Yahushai. That's what I was saying. I will joy in the most high of my salvation, the power of my salvation. You're gonna rejoice. Yahweh Shama Mashak Yahushai in the name of the Lord and Savior. Most high in the name of the Lord and Savior. I will joy in the most high of my salvation to allow us to be able to be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. Read.
The Most High is my strength, and he will make my feet like hinds' feet, and he will make me to walk upon mine high places, to the chief singer on my stringed instruments.
That's right, man. The most high is our strength, man. He gonna make our feet like hinds feet, man. We're gonna be moving, doing it. So we're gonna walk upon high places through the chief singer of the string instruments. He's bringing it, man. Um, Revelation 19 and 19.
Revelation chapter 19 and verse 19. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army.
Hear that? So that's we read about 11. That's a Mashiach Abishai coming to judge and make war, and he gonna burn them up, you know, without labor by the law that the Most High wrote with his finger, 613 laws, because they're not keeping them. He said, and I saw the beasts and the kings of the earth and their armies doing what? Gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. Okay? Second Ezra 13, start at verse 3.
Second Ezra chapter 13 and verse 3. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him.
That's right, man. This is Mashiach Abishai coming in his angelic power, because he told us in Isaiah 47 and 3, he's not coming back as a man. And when he turned in his angelic power, that they're going to see the power that he's rolling in, everything going to tremble. That was seen under him. Just like it said, um, and I saw the beasts and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse. That's the Mashiach Yahushua, and against his army. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 4. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice,
Hear
like
that?
as
Hear that? Whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, just him speaking, all they burned that heard his voice. You hear that? What's your method of war against this? Just his voice alone. Fire
out
gonna
of your
come out of his mouth, man. He said he ain't gonna meet them as a man.
God.
He said, whatsoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice. You think people gonna be scared then?
No
Read?
earplugs.
Huh?
I said no earplugs for that.
That's right. Read.
And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth felleth when it filleth the fire.
That's right, man. Like whenever the earth felleth, would it feel that fire, man? Read.
And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea.
You see that? It's no different than what we read in Revelation 19 and 19. Con, they say, and I saw the beasts and the kings of the earth and their armies doing what? Gathered together to make war against him, which is who the him was a Mashiach Yahushua that sat on a horse and against his army. Come on, read.
But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it.
Go ahead.
But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not.
Yeah, because it wasn't a mountain. It was pertaining to the 9.5 tribes. Go ahead.
And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight.
You know that? All the army, the navy, the marines, the air forces of all these nations lay together in this battle of Armageddon. The battle that he told them to meet him in Jehoshaphat. They're together in that. They're gonna be so afraid, but yet they're gonna fight. Read.
And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war.
See, you say when he saw the violence of the multitude that came. Remember, say multitudes in the valley of decision. See how this all go together. We say beat your plowshares and the spears and puny hooks and just weapons of war. Here it is. He saw the violence of the multitude that was coming to fight him. They're gonna be so afraid, but yet does fight because they're in the orders. They'll fight. Go ahead.
But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests.
This is what's happening. He said, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth. This come out of his mouth. Remember, he ain't coming to this angelic power. I'm excuse me, he coming to this as a man. He coming not as a man. To tell you that in Isaiah 47 and 3. I will meet thee not as a man. He coming to this angelic power. So out of his mouth, he gonna be doing it. Send out his mouth as there had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests against those that are coming against him. Read.
And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke.
You hear that? Only dust and smell of smoke, man. You're gonna burn them all up, man. That's the end result. No more Army, Navy, Marines, Air Forces for no nation at all. He said gonna burn them up. Everyone's so ain't gonna be nothing but the smell of what? Dust and smell of smoke, man. Read.
And when I saw this, I was afraid.
He said when he saw this, he was afraid, man. Um, look at Isaiah. Go to Isaiah 34 and 2. Isaiah 34 and 2. This is how salvation had to come. No other way.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 34 and verse 2. For the indignation of the Most High is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter.
You know that? For the indignation of the Most High is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. And we just read. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Hmm. Read.
Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountain shall be melted with their blood.
Wow, man. But you know, man, I want you to look at the prophecy. I'm gonna look at the prophecy of Edom in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary because we're getting close to what they gave us to look at in the judgment that's coming to the superpower of earth in the last days. You had a Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary?
Come.
I have it right here. Look up the Edom when it says Edom figures prominently as prophetic, prophetic scriptures. I mean, great future judgments.
Come. This is from the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, page 141. Edom, the nation and its people who were the descendants of Esau.
Right. So go to the paragraph when it says Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as a scene of great future judgments.
Edom figure Edom figured prominently in the prophetic scriptures in the scene of great future judgments. See notably Isaiah 34 and 5, verse 6, Isaiah 63 and 1. She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from the Most High.
Right. So they gave scriptures to back it up. Let's go there. Because we hear already in Isaiah 34th chapter. That's why I'm bringing it out because they gave scriptures to back up what is being said here as we are going down in Isaiah 34th chapter. Why I brought it up because they saying, go to Isaiah 34th chapter, turning to them. The only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from the Most High Yahweh. So let's continue. Isaiah 34, and where you at? Verse 4.
Isaiah 34 and verse 4. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree.
Right. So this is letting you know, this sounds like nuclear destruction to me. And all the hosts, that's the army of heaven, shall be dissolved. And the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, like the scroll that you see behind me. Like that scroll that you see when they dropped the bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan. It went up, it goes up in the air and makes a big ball. That's what he's talking about. How it is when they drop the bombs, the nuclear bombs, which has only been pretty much on Japan. America dropped it on Japan, and you can look at You know, you can Google that and look how it looks. That's how it's gonna be. That's what it's talking about.
I got it on the
It's gonna be
screen.
rolled together as a scroll, and all the hosts, that's the army, shall fall down as a leaf falleth off from the vine. Now we just read, and yeah, there you go. In Second Ezra 13, 9 to 11. He's telling you, as a leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. He letting you know this is where it's gonna be. Um, it also mentions in look at Revelation 6:14.
The book of Revelation, chapter 6 and verse 14. And the heaven so like in the heaven departed as a scroll when it
Reverse. So I got reverse 13 because it's very important because it coincides with what we just read. But read verse 13.
God, let me share the screen too.
Revelation 6 and 13.
Revelation 6 and 13. And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs, when she is shaken on a mighty wind. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places.
You know that? That's that nuclear destruction that's going to happen on this earth, as you see your picture there. Just like we just read in Isaiah the 31st chapter. Read.
And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains.
You know that? This future prophecy, man. It says what? All the kings of the earth and the great men and the rich men and the chief captains and the mighty men and every bondman, slave man and every free man hid themselves in the dens of the rocks of the mountains, man. They're going to be trying to hide in the rocks of the mountains, right? And we know what's going to happen with them. Look at hold that. Get Jeremiah 16:16. They're going to be hiding in the mountains, right? Look what they're going to say. Read this.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, and verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Most High, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill, and out of the holes of the rocks.
See that? See that? We're fishing right now. You know, and our bait is the foundation of the Most High while Mashiach was shot. You know, trying to get people to come back to the Most High and stop offending the Most High first and foremost. Fear the Most High, be afraid, be scared of Him. For all you hearing right now, for you to have ears to hear, you should want to, you know, adjust your life to the fear of the Most High, so that you'll be worthy, you know, humbly, without thinking you all that righteous and so forth. That's not bothers in the eyes of the Most High. We ain't nothing as we ought to be. But why my child got to come back and show us of the Father? His name is jealous. And we can't talk about him enough. People not talk about him. He's called Mother Nature. He's called El Nino. Little boy, he's called La Nina. Little girl. Global warming. This is the Most High. Fires, that's him. Earthquakes, that's him. Tornadoes, that's him. Volcanoes, that's him. Hurricanes, that's him. We just read about tidal waves. Who you think doing it? It's the Most High. People visit it and then think it's nothing. No sooner go by, are we gonna build again? You gonna most likely say you're gonna build, but I'm gonna throw down every single time. So they're gonna be hiding where in the holes of the rocks. See? Like I said, holes in the rocks. He know. When he said for them hunters, they gonna find wherever you are in hiding. That's what it said. What? Read that. Read on. Verse 17.
Verse 17. For my eyes are upon all their ways. They are not
Mhm.
hid from my face, neither is their iniquity hid from my eyes.
You that? You say, for mine eyes, which are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and even the secret parts. You say, for mine eyes are upon all their ways, man. They are not hid from his face. Neither is their iniquity, the wickedness, and the evil, and the sins that they have done hid from his eyes. That's why he said, read.
Verse 18. And first I will recompense their iniquity and their sin double, because they have defiled my land. They have filled my inheritance with the carcasses of their detestable and abominable things.
Hear that? He said he gonna fill their carcasses. They're gonna fall down dead. That's what he's saying, man. Go back to Revelation 6. Read what they're gonna say. Verse 16.
Revelation chapter 6 and verse 16. And
They hide
said
in the mountains. They hide in the dens of the mountains. This is what they're gonna say. Let's read it.
and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb.
That hide, they gonna say, hey, they're gonna tell the mountains and the rocks to fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. Or Mashiach Yahushua, hide us from the most highest power of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and of Mashiach Yahushua. Verse 17.
Verse 17. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand?
That's right. Who gonna be able to stand? Y'all texting me. I can't really get. If I get the text, I'll go offline. I don't know what's going on. If somebody texts me, I don't know. Is one of y'all texting me?
But it's straight.
Okay. Um, Isaiah 34 and verse 4 again.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 34, and verse 4. Isaiah 34 and verse 4. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and
That's
as
right.
a
That's right. It said, like a leaf falleth off from the vine, man. And what?
off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree.
That's right, man. Falling fig from the fig tree. That's what we're looking at. Now, these are the scriptures that Zondervan gave us to look at pertaining to Esau not having any mercy from the Most High. Isaiah 34, 5 and 6. Now read this.
Isaiah chapter 34, verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
Hear that? So when you look at the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, it says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. You look up Idumea in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, it say Idumea, pertaining to Edom, Greek and Roman name for Edom. Okay? So this pertaining to the Edomites, which would have the power ruling the whole world in the end of the days. Because remember, 2 Ezra 6 and 9 says what? For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. So it's saying the sword will come upon Idumea because they are the superpower of earth. Verse 6. This is what they gave us a look at.
Verse 6. The sword of the Most High is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Most High hath a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
That man. The sword of the Most High is filled with blood. It's judgment. And this is what they said to look at. They chose to look at this. Just like a sacrifice of the lambs and goats, man. The fat of the kidneys of rams, for the Most High have a sacrifice in Basra, which is the capital city of Edom. And a great slaughter in the land of Idumea amongst the Edomites, man. This is what they gave us to look at. You gotta understand. Read verse 8.
Verse 8. For it is the day of the Most High's vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion.
You know that? It's the day of the Most High's vengeance. This salvation coming to Israel. All this gotta happen first. And the year of recompenses, paybacks, revenges for the controversy of Zion. We read who Zion is. Zion, my people, for the children of Israel. Read on.
Verse 9. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch.
Let you know, man. That sounds like a lot of fire and destruction right here. Read.
It shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever, from generation to generation. It shall lie waste, none shall pass through it forever and ever.
That's right, man. He said it shall be not quenched. The fire is not going to be quenched night or day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever, from generation to generation. If you part of it, you're going to be going up with it. Straight up, no matter who it is.
But I mean, the firefighter can't put it out.
Dope firefighters, they gonna shoot this fire gonna be the firefighters gonna be running for their own life. They gonna be trying to put nothing out. It shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. Ain't nobody gonna be there. They might be able to stand this. It's gonna be on fire forever and ever and ever. That's what he's saying. Straight up, without a shadow of a doubt. So we got a choice, man. Choose life or death. You know, and it's sad because look at Luke 1:68 to 71. We go here all the time about salvation to us, and they want to try and bring everybody else into this. No, it's strictly talking to who it's talking to. The Most High is the power of Israel, the Israelites. Everybody want to be a part of something now when they wasn't part of. We wasn't part of. What were we when we was in captivity, slavery, and bondage for all that time? What was all the we all one? We all my check upside love everybody and all that. What was that at then? Hmm?
Nobody want to be a part of it
Yeah, right.
then.
Read this out. What Luke 1 and 68.
In the book of St. Luke, chapter 1 and verse 68. Blessed be the Most High power of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people.
That's right, man. Blessed be the most high power of Israel. It's still the same most high that said in Exodus 3:15, he the power of who? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. In verse 16, he said, go to the elders and tell them the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob have sent me until you've seen our affliction in our captivity. He visited us to redeem us. Like he visited us right now and looking at everything that's going on, he gonna redeem us from this captivity, as it is written, without a shadow of a doubt, man. we got next forever and ever and ever and ever. We just got to work toward what it takes to have next. That's why he said, "Blessed be the Most High Power of Israel, for He have visited and he visited, like He visited Egypt of old, and He seen our captivity and our affliction that we were going through. It's the same here now. He gonna visit and He gonna redeem His people. Who is His people? Exodus 18:1, without a shadow of a doubt, clear as day. He ain't visiting and redeeming every nation. He said He visited and redeemed His people. Who is His people? Read that.
The book of Exodus, chapter 18 and verse 1. When,
Con.
Je- when Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard of all that the Most High had done for Moses and for Israel, his people,
See?
and that
Israel who?
his people,
Israel who?
his people,
Who is Israel?
his people.
That's right. The Most had done for His people Israel. That's all I needed. His people Israel. Point blank. Matthew 2:6.
The book of St. Matthew, chapter 2, and verse 6. And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the princes of Judah, for out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel.
There it is. His people Israel, my people Israel. Need to be said any other way? Huh? So go back to Luke 1 and 68 again.
The book of St. Luke, the book of St. Luke, chapter 1, and verse 60,
8.
68. St. Luke chapter 1, verse 68. Blessed be the Most High, power of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people,
He visited and redeemed His people of Israel. Read.
and have raised up an horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David.
Which is Hamashiach Yahushua, who came of the same tribe, because it tells in Hebrews 7:14 that is evident that our power, Mashiach Yahushua, sprang out of Judah, our forefather Jacob's fourth-born son of the tribe of Judah. Read.
As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began.
Where do you speak? Go ahead.
That we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us.
That's right. We got to be saved from our enemies. That's being saved for us, the Israelites. That's what we're talking about. We got to be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. To what? Read.
Perform the mercy promised to our fathers and to remember his holy covenant.
That's right, man. You remember His holy covenant. Who was with who? Remember His holy covenant, because everybody trying, put themselves in this, but no, His holy covenant is only to the 12 tribes of Israel only. Go to Psalms 105, 8 through 10. This proves who the covenant was with.
Psalms chapter 105 and verse 8. He hath remembered his covenant forever, the word which he commanded to 1,000 generations, which covenant he made with Abraham and his oath unto Isaac, and confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant.
That's right, man. To Abraham, to Isaac, to Jacob, who that was sent to Israel, and we became the 12 tribes of Israel for an everlasting covenant, contract or agreement to us. Now, I want you to go to, for time's constraint, Go to 2nd Ezra 2:16. 2nd Ezra 2:16. Once everything is set up, well, read before we go here, go to 1 Corinthians 15 and 24 first. Then we'll go to 2nd Ezra 2:16. Read that.
1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 24. Then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Most High, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power.
That's what we read about in 2nd Ezra 13 chapter. When he said, when the armies, the navies, the marines, the air force of all the nations are going to come against him, Mashiach Yahweh to fight him, and he's going to destroy them. We're going to burn them up. Ain't going to be nothing but dust and smell of smoke. This is what it's talking about. Read.
For he must reign. I'm gonna mute this. I hear echo. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 25. You hear echo?
No, I don't hear it.
First Corinthians chapter 15, verse 25. For he must reign until he have put all under his feet.
You kind of cutting in and cutting out. I know that.
First Corinthians.
Are you reading?
Let me go out and come back.
All right. We have a little technical difficulty. Anyway, 1 Corinthians 15:24. Then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Most High, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power, all powers, rulership, and authority. That's what we read about in 2nd Ezra 13th chapter, and many other scriptures tonight. For he must reign till he have put all enemies under his feet. Right? The last enemy that shall be destroyed is death. You back? Okay. For he hath put all things under his feet, but when he said all things are put under him, it is manifest that he is accepted, which did put all things under him. Let you know that the Most High gonna be accepted once he put all power, rulership, and authority of this earth down and put a Mashiach Mashiach up to rule in his kingdom. And when all things shall be subdued unto him, then shall the Son also be himself be subject unto him that put all things under him. That's the Most High. That the Most High may be all in all. That's what this is about. Don't get it twisted. That's what it's all about. That's why for our resurrection, we're gonna look at 2nd Ezra 2:16. It says, and those that be dead will I raise up again from their places and bring them out of the graves. For I have known my name in Israel. Hear that? So his name is known in Israel amongst us. We know his name. That's why when you go to 1 Thessalonians 4:16, we talking about being saved. We talking about salvation. This is salvation right here, y'all. 1 Thessalonians 4:16. For the Most High Mashiach Yahweh himself shall descend from heaven. He's going to descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High. And the dead that have died by Shama Mashiach Yahushai shall rise first. You hear that? The dead that have died by Shama Mashiach Yahushai are going to rise first. Then we, which are alive, when you let you know it's going to be people that's going to be alive, or that remnant, and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds. The clouds are the chariots of the Most High. The IFOs, identified flying objects, to meet Mashiach Yahushai while Mashiach Yahushai and the Most High in the air. And so shall we ever be with the Most High while Mashiach Yahushai. Say, comfort, wherefore comfort one another with these words. That's why when you look at um, Revelations, now go to Hebrews 10 and 26. Hebrews 10:26. For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, which is the laws of the Most High, we know we can sing together. Psalms 119, 142. That righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. So you know the laws, the commandments of the Most High, and you sin willfully, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins. My child was not going to the Most High for you, on your behalf, man. Straight up. Just like that. 2 Ezra 16. We just about finished, yo. I just want to bring a few more precepts here, scriptures here. 2 Ezra 16, we're going to look at verse verse 74. 2 Ezra 16 and 74. Hear, O ye my beloved. Who to be loved? Who's to be loved? The children of Israel. Romans 9:13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved. So the Most High loved Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel, who became the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. About that. So it says, 2 Corinthians 16:74, hear, O ye my beloved, the Israelites, said the Most High, behold, the days of trouble are at hand. Days of trouble are at hand. But I will deliver you from the same. He said, will deliver us from the same. That's why when you look at Jeremiah, the 30th chapter, it talks about Jacob's trouble, man. Jeremiah 30 and verse 7. Say, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. And no day is going to be like this. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. You see? The time of our trouble, that's the Israelites. He said, but he shall be saved out of it. No different than what we're reading here in the Apocrypha when it says in 2 Ezra 16 and 74, hear, O ye my beloved, we the Israelites, 12 tribes of Israel, said the Most High, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid. Well, so don't get a spirit of fear, neither doubt. Have faith in the Most High, he's saying. For the Most High is your guide, and the guide of them who keep my commandments. Not everybody. Some people are being guided by the devil and think they operating under the power of the Most High. And the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, said the Most High power. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. Woe, destruction be unto them that are bound with their sins and covered with their iniquities, like as a field is covered over his with bushes, and the path thereof covered with thorns, that no man may travel through. Man, you looking at how you gonna be like this when he gave you the right way and you choosing some other way. Revelation 20, Revelation 20 and 4. Revelation 20 and 4. And I saw thrones, this powers and authority. So I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded, their heads cut off, for the witness of a Mashiach Yahushua, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast. See, some of us ain't never gonna worship the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads, in our minds, or in their hands, whatever you handle. And they lived, listen, and they lived and reigned with a Mashiach Yahushua 1,000 years. 1,000 years of Mashiach Yahushua showing us of how to please the Father. Like I said, we know in part and prophesy in part, but he said when he come, he gonna make that his part whole. But the rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years were for finished. The rest of the dead not live until the 1,000 years are finished. This is the first resurrection. Blessed and holy is he that have part in the first resurrection. Of such the second death, there's a second death, have no power, no power. But they shall be priests of the Most High and of Mashiach Yahushua, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. Second Ezra 2 and 41. The number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled. Beseech the power of the Most High, that thy people which have been called from the beginning may be hallowed, may be holy. He said, I Ezra saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number. Because he said we more numbered than the stars in the sky and the sand of the sea. And they all praised the Most High with songs. So you out there that don't like singing songs, so we're gonna praise just the remnant. They're gonna praise the Most High with songs, man. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature, just on Mashiach Yahushua, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns. That's power and authority to 12,000 of each tribes of the children of Israel to make up the 144,000. Upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These are they that have put off the mortal clothing, these mortal bodies, and put on the immortal, put on immortality. You back up?
Can you hear me? So,
Come. These are they that have put off the mortal clothing, these mortal bodies, and put on the immortal, meaning living forever and ever and ever, immortality, and have confessed the name of Yahweh, the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushua, Ba'ashama Mashiach Yahushua, nor are they crowned and receive palms. Then said I,
I'm gonna stay up about like 10 more minutes.
then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of the Most High, That's a Mashiach Yahushai, whom they have confessed in the world. Hear that? These are the ones that's going to receive these crowns on their heads. They are confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Most High, Yahweh Basham Mashiach Yahushai. Point blank. That's why when you look at Isaiah 14 and 1, Isaiah 14 and 1. You want to read that? You back on or no? Isaiah 14 and 1, for the Most High. You got two mics on. For the Most High will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel, we the children of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, the remnant, and set them in their own land. The Most High going to do this. And the strangers shall be joined with them. These other nations going to be joined with us. These Gentile nations going to be joined with us. And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. They're going to be cleaving to us. That's when you read Zechariah 8:23. Zechariah 8:23. Thus said the Most High Power of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations, because all these different nations speak different languages, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, that's an Israelite, saying, we will go with you. They're going to want to go with us this time, at this time. But we have heard that the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushai is with you. That's what it says, Isaiah 14 and 1. For the Most High will have mercy, which is not giving you something you do deserve to get, on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel. He always going to choose the Israelites and set them in their own land. And the strangers, these other nations outside of the 12 tribes of Israel, shall be joined with them. And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. They're going to say, hey, we know that the Most High rolling with you. And the people, the Israelites, shall take them, these strangers, these Gentile nations, and bring them to their place. We're going to bring them to the where they're going to be at. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushai, for servants, men servants, and handmaids, women servants. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. You hear that? We're going to rule over Massa, which means oppressor. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Most High, that the Most High shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve, man. Think about it. And thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, no matter who's in charge at that time, the president of America, and say, how has the oppressor Massa seized? The golden city of America seized. Most I have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, non-stop. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hinder him. Ain't nobody gonna help at all. The whole earth is at rest. Hear that? The whole earth gonna be at rest. You talking about salvation, and it's what? Quiet. They break forth into singing. Most I like singing. Yeah, the fir trees, even the trees, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, since you came out of power, so-called white man, Edomites, no fella is come up against us. He say, hell, damnation from beneath is moved for thee and meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? You became like us? We got nuclear power just like you do. You understand? So now, understand this. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. What you hearing It behooves you, as much as in you, try and find out as much as you can to be there in this salvation that's promised to the Israelites. He's gonna put us in our land, as it is written. Isaiah 60 and 21. Thy people also shall be all righteous here. And we haven't defined righteous in this lesson, so we're going to define righteous in Deuteronomy 6:25. What is righteous? What is it to be righteous? Deuteronomy 6:25. And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before the Most High, our power, as He hath commanded us. That's righteousness, to keep the commandments of the Most High. So He's telling us in Isaiah 60 and 21, thy people, who are the 12 tribes of Israel, we defined that already, also shall be all righteous. We're going to keep the commandments of the Most High. They shall inherit the land, how long? Forever. That's salvation, y'all. Powers and authority on this earth. The branch of my planet is what the Most High going to do. You got to stop the Most High from doing what He say He going to do. I don't think so. You can try. The branch of my planet, that's the Most High's planning. The work of my hands, the work of the Most High's hand, that I may be glorified. That's why we read how the Most High going to be all in all. Not no man, not no woman, not no child, nobody. Angels, or Mashiach never said nobody but the Most High. He gonna be all in all. That's what it's about. A little one shall become 1,000. You hear that? A little one will become 1,000. And a small one, a strong nation. I, the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, will hasten it in His time. He's gonna do this. And with that, I say all praise to the Most High. Krum Abanawa Yahweh, Krum Mashiach Yahweh Shai, and Krum Yashur Allah. And I'm out. Shalom.